Triple gems for you all. The Dhamma sermon conducted based on the book The Explanation of the Factors of Enlightenment from the series of Dhamma books authored by Most Venerable Professor Rerukane Chandavimala Thero is titled by Mekala Niwena Bana. We respectfully welcome our Venerable Sandalankawe Kalyanadassana Thero to deliver Dhamma sermon. Today, this Dhamma sermon is sponsored for worldwide broadcast via Jaya TV by Mr. Saman Kumar along with his wife and daughter. Now, we respectfully invite Venerable Sandalankawe Kalyanadassana Thero to deliver Dhamma sermon. Let's pay the homage to Lord Buddha by reciting Namaskara 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi saṅghāṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Saranāgamanaṃ sampunnaṃ
āmabante.
Pānātipātā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādiyāmi.
Pānādipātā vēramaṇī sikkhapaдаṃ samādiyāmi.
Adinādānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Adinādānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Surāmēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
Surāmēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadaṃ samādiyāmi.
තිසරණේන සද්දෙන් පංචශීලං ධම්මං සාදුකං සුරක්ෂිතං කତ୍වා අප්පමාදේන සම්පාදේ තබ්බං.
ආමබන්තේ සාදු සාදු සාදු.
සමන්තා චක්ඛවාලේසු අත්‍රා ගච්ඡන්තු දේවතා සද්ධම්මං මුනි රාජස්ස සුනන්තු සග්ග මොක්ඛදං. ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා. ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා. ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. අත්ථි භික්ඛවේ විචිකිච්ඡා ඨානීයා ධම්මා තත්ත අයෝනිසෝ මනසිකාර බහුලීකාරෝ අයමහාරෝ අනුප්පන්නාය වා විචිකිච්ඡාය උප්පාදාය uppannāya vā vichikicchāya bhiyo bhāvāya vepullāya. With respect to the most venerable Mahasangha, dear devotees and Dhamma friends, welcome to another Dhamma sermon related to the factors of enlightenment. Dear devotees, today's topic is the hindrance of Vichikicha, or named in English, the doubt. As you all know, we have been discussing the factors, in fact, the 37 factors of enlightenment related to the book written by the Renukane Chandavimala Mahanayaka Thero, the explanation of the factors of the enlightenment. In Sinhala version, it is given as Bodhipakshika Dharma Vistaraya. Now, in this Dhamma episode, we are going to reveal you some facts and information and how to develop the establishment of mindfulness related to the mental objects, especially the doubt, the Vichikicha. In last Dhamma talks, we have been discussing with you, dear Dhamma friends, about these hindrances. The 5 hindrances are sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, or laziness and sleepiness, worry and agitation, also named as restlessness and remorse, and the doubt, the Vichikicha. Now, in last episodes, we have discussed the first 4 hindrances, the Kama Chanda, Vyapada, Tina Midda, and Uddatta Kukkucha. Now, today we are going to discuss with you the doubt, or so-called Vichikicha Nivarana, the hindrance of doubt. Dear devotees, you might think that now we get, when we are doing our daily chores, or when we are working in the working environment, sometimes we get doubts, skeptical doubts, and also doubts about the persons, or maybe some situations, some incidents. So now each and every doubt appears in your mind is not considered as the doubt, so-called the Vichikicha, related to the Dhamma. In Lord Buddha's dispensation, this Vichikicha and the Vichikicha, which is termed as the doubt, it is specially on the doubt, or the doubts appear on Lord Buddha and on his dispensation. Now, it is given in this Renukane Chandavimala Mahathero's profound book. The doubt arises about many factors, many things. Every arisen doubt is not the hindrance of doubt. Only doubt that hinders to jhana, or this supramundane or spiritual methods, is considered as the hindrance of doubt. Now, this doubt in our dispensation, it is given under 8 categories. So, it is given like this: Buddhe Kankati, doubt about the Lord Buddha; Dhamme Kankati, doubt about the Dhamma; doubt about the Sangha, Sanghe Kankati; and the 4th one is Sikkaya Kankati, doubt about the training, or threefold training, Sila, Samadhi, Panya, the morality, the concentration, and the wisdom. And the 5th category is doubt about the pre-existence of aggregates. So it is given in Pali language as Pubbante Kankati. Now, dear devotees, now I'll explain these things later. And the 6th one is the doubt about re-existence of aggregates. aparante kankati. Doubt about both pre-existence and re-existence, the afterlife and the previous life. In fact, the previous life and the afterlife. So finally, the eighth one is the doubt about the dependent origination, paticca samuppade kankati. So, dear devotees, it is very difficult to identify these doubts. Now, it is, in fact, even you have identified it, it is even harder to dispel them, harder to eradicate them. So carefully you have to identify, you have to recognize what are the doubts that I have and how to overcome them, how to give up or how to let go this particular kind of hindrance in order to develop the supramundane life. So, you know, dear devotees, now the bad thing of these doubts are, if any person having at least one of these doubts, they, in fact, that particular person will eventually have all the doubts in his mind. Why? Because now one doubt leads to several doubts. Dear devotees, if a person or a seeker, a practitioner, has no faith on Lord Buddha, it means eventually he will have no faith on the Dhamma, Sangha, and the training, and also this dependent origination and each and everything. So, it is better to develop the faith, the saddha, on the triple gem. So that will lead you, that will guide you to develop more and more the faith and wholesomeness in you, and eventually you will be able to eradicate these unwholesome defilements from your mind, and also you will be able to develop your supramundane path. Now, if we discuss one by one what is meant by buddhe kankati, or which is termed as the doubt about the Buddha. Doubt about the Buddha means pondering whether the Buddha really knew everything or not. You know, dear devotees, Lord Buddha's qualities we reflect as itipiso bhagava arahang. So bhagava itipi arahang. Arahang in the sense the Lord Buddha has eradicated all the defilements. The verbal defilements and the mental defilements and the bodily defilements or verbal deeds. Whenever the Lord Buddha carries out a deed verbally, physically or mentally, always those are wholesome. In fact, you know, dear devotees, when Lord Buddha at the bo tree, under the bo tree, once he got the enlightenment, all those defilements, including lobha, dvesa, moha, each and every 1500 the different types of defilements have been eliminated, totally extirpated. So then, now the Lord Buddha's mind is very serene and fully purified one. So that's why we recognize the Lord Buddha as the supreme, the Lord, the supreme Buddha, or the worthy one, the supremely enlightened one. So that is why we call the Lord Buddha as Arahang. So when there is a doubt, when the vichikicha is there in one person's mind, so that he has no faith, he has no saddha, he doesn't believe that Lord Buddha really existed, and there should be no chance. This is the way he thinks. Now there won't be a person like Lord Buddha who knew everything. So these kind of doubts will eventually lead that particular person into a Micchaditti, in a way that is not the Sammaditti. That view is wrong. So dear devotees, now when a practitioner or a seeker seeks the noble path in order to attain the enlightenment, definitely that person should have the faith on the teacher, the supreme teacher, the Lord Buddha. So now that is why now this hindrance, especially the Vichikicha on Lord Buddha, it will obstruct that person's supramundane path. So when there is the doubts, even sometimes a person might believe there was Lord Buddha, there was a supreme human being called Lord Buddha, but what he has told is not true. By observing, by following the doctrine, the Dhamma, I may not get the supreme bliss of Nibbana. I may not get the inner peace. I may not obtain the full happiness or eternal happiness. So likewise, that particular person has a doubt on the Dhamma. So Dhamme Kankati. Doubt about the Dhamma means thinking whether there are the 9 supreme Dhamma, 4 paths, 4 fruitions and Nibbana or not, or whether the Dhamma taught by the Buddha is true or not. Dear devotees, what is named as these 9 supreme Dhamma, Nava Lokuttara Dhamma, we call Sotapatti Magga and Phala, Sakadagami Magga and Phala, Anagami Magga and Phala, as well as the Arahanta Magga and Arahanta Phala. So there are 8 supreme Dhamma Lokuttara levels, and finally the Nibbana. With Nibbana, when those fruitions and the paths all together forms the Nava Lokuttara Dhamma, the 9 supreme Dhamma. You know, if there is a doubt in a practitioner's mind related to these 9 supreme Dhammas, definitely he will not be able to gain the fruition. So dear devotees, now who are the monks, the Sangha? So that is the order of Lord Buddha's disciples, Lord Buddha's disciples. So, you know, in this order of bhikkhus, there is these 8 different noble monks or noble bhikkhus, so-called Ashtarya Pudgala, Atta Puggala. Who are they? Those who have attained the paths and fruitions of Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami and Arahant. So dear devotees, now if a particular person is having a doubt, skeptical doubt about the order of Sangha, that particular seeker or practitioner won't be getting the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Why? Now he might have a doubt that the Sangha means whether really there is an order of the 8 individuals of noble disciples of the sublime one or the blessed one or not, or whether there is an order of disciples who are practicing well or not. So these kind of doubts, there may be in a seeker's or in a practitioner's mind. You know, even nowadays, most of the people might think now by practicing this particular Dhamma, we can't get the enlightenment. So there are no Arahants in the world at present. So, dear devotees, now we should not think like that way, because now even the arahants are available nowadays in the world, but we can't get any kind of benefit from them. So you can worship them, now you can offer the offerings or puja, so that now you can collect some merits. But anyway, for your supramundane life, now even they are present, now you are the one who have to develop these 37 factors of enlightenment. So you can worship, you can get the guidance from the arahants if they are available. But anyway, Atta Deepa Viharata, Atta Sarana, Na Ananya Sarana. It is up to you. You are the one who should be responsible of developing your own spiritual path. So because the Dhamma is available, that these Tripitaka or Sutta and Vinaya, Dhamma and Vinaya is still available, so that easily, if someone needs the information how to develop the spiritual path from the lay life or household life to the non-household life, and then how to develop or how to get those supramundane levels, now that is precisely described in the doctrine, in Tipitaka. So, if there is a person who wants to achieve these supramundane levels, now what he has to do is the practice. So the guide is given, Lord Buddha's doctrine guides you. So it is your responsibility to materialize it. So bring into action. So that's how you can achieve this, or you can achieve the inner peace. So dear devotees, so this is very, very worse. This is a very bad hindrance. If you possess this, if you have this, definitely you should extirpate it. You should eradicate it. Then what is meant by Sikkaya Kankate? Dear devotees, some people or some practitioners, they might have doubts related to the training. In our dispensation, we have threefold training: Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila in the sense the development of virtue. Patimokka Sangvara Sila. And normally, especially when we come to the lay devotees, you have to observe the 5 precepts, and during poor days you can observe the 8 precepts. Likewise, now you can develop your Sila or virtue. So that should be unbroken Sila. So that will lead to the Samadhi. And actually they helps one another. When Sila develops in one particular person's life, it will lead to his Samadhi. It will eventually develops his Samadhi. And when a practitioner's Samadhi develops, eventually that develops his Sila as well. So these mutual developments occur. So, and while meditating, especially when a particular person carries out the Vipassana, insight meditation, the wisdom or Panya develops. So that is how these paths or these trainings should be fulfilled. So in fact, you can start from the Sila, the virtue. While you develop the Sila, along with the Sila, you can also develop the Samadhi by carrying out the meditations, Samatha, also called the tranquility meditation, and also you can carry out the insight meditation, Vipassana meditation. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya, these are the 3 training or threefold training, so that you can develop the supramundane life. Ultimately, you will achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana, ending this harsh journey of samsara. So there should be no any doubts related to the virtue related to the morality and concentration and the wisdom. Within this life, now we have got this life after a long time. In that case, now, according to the doctrine, you know, when a person is born in the human realm, he is very fortunate because his mind has the potential, or his mind has the ability to or capacity to develop. You know, with compared to a animal mind, you know, let's take a dog or a cat or any kind of animal being. Now, the potential is very much limited. Even a dog or any other animal listens to the Dhamma, but he can't develop his mind up to the supramundane levels. But now, if a person understands the doctrine, that means that particular human being has the potential to uplift, to boost up his mind into the supramundane levels from the mundane level. So this is the significance here. This is the most important fact, because we are the ones who can develop our mind. So this is not an easy chance that we have got after a long time. So dear devotees, don't waste it. Don't waste that opportunity, that invaluable opportunity that you have received, being born as a human being. So now what you have to do is, you have to slowly, or you have to gradually, it is unfair if I say you have to eradicate all these hindrances overnight. So gradually you can overcome all these hindrances, these obstacles or obstructions from your life. From your life. So dear devotees, now next type of doubt is pubbante kankati. You know, doubt about the pre-existence of aggregates in the sense upadana kanda. Doubts about the pre-existence means doubt about whether you were there in the past as a certain person or not. You know, time to time we meet the persons or some individuals. Now they are in search of the past life. You know, they are having a doubt whether I was born in as a human being or as another being in my previous life. Who was I? What was I am? So these are the doubts that particular person has. Now this is what we call the doubt about the pre-existence. And some people, especially they think about the afterlife. Now they have doubts, skeptical doubts about the afterlife. Now where I will be born in next life. Now in which realm I will be born. May I be a human, or may I be able to be born in Deva's realm. So likewise, now this particular person will have doubts on the afterlife. Now in some people, they have the doubts for the both things, the previous life as well as the afterlife. Pubbante aparante kankati. So all these doubts hinders his practice. So finally, now this also relates to the dependent origination. You know, the paticca samuppada, avijja paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya vijnana, vijnana paccaya namarupa, namarupa namarupa paccaya salayatana, salayatana paccaya passu, passa paccaya vedana, paccaya tanha. Likewise, now this is the cause and the effect. Now this causality, so-called the dependent origination, is described by Lord Buddha. You know, dear devotees, when there is a doubt about this causality or dependent origination, that particular person might think, why I get this kind of feeling, and why now, without knowing the particular dependent origination, he may have some temptations or lustful desires or the feelings related to the particular kind of feeling. So, and eventually he will get the upadana, and it will eventually lead to another birth. So that means that it extends the sansaric journey. In fact, if there is a birth, then jara, vyadi, marana, soka, parideva, this whole, the sorrows, lamentations, pains, griefs, everything that that particular person will have to experience. So now dependent origination, we have to have the faith on this dependent origination. So when we clear out all the doubts like that way, then easily you can carry out your meditation. If you are carrying out the samatha meditation or tranquility meditation, you will eventually get the jhana or jhanic levels, and by insight meditation practices, now you can develop the wisdom. So dear devotees, now as I told you earlier, when there is a person who is having doubt about his practice, maybe that particular person is carrying out the anapanasati meditation. Now he should know the theory, how to carry out the anapanasati meditation. So clearing out these issues, the issues he faces time to time with the practice, now that is normal. Now that particular person should seek, so should go for a teacher or Kalyanamitta, and then he can clear out all the issues, the problems he faces while carrying out those practices. But now this doubt especially, now that is even worse. Now normal, the problems and issues, definitely you have to have solutions for those things with the practice. Now whether that may be mundane life or supramundane life, now doubts are to be cleared out. But now these 8 different kinds of doubts, as I explained earlier, those hinder your supramundane life. That is very, at the worst end, it will lead you be born in a awful or woeful realm. So dear devotees, this is the practice, this is the thing that you have to pay attention, so that first you have to understand what is doubt, then gradually you have to eradicate it. If I go back to the Rerukane Mahathero's well-written book, now Thero has written like this, these 8 kinds of doubts have been enunciated for the Buddhist practitioners. For those who are non-Buddhist, who do not know the triple gem, but still practice jhana, what becomes a hindrance is their own teacher, his Dhamma and principles. When there was Siddhartha the ascetic, there at that period also there were different kind of ascetics who developed the jhanic levels. Despite the teacher, despite the Lord Buddha's dispensation, now these some other ascetics outside or out of this dispensation, there are the practitioners who gains the jhana. But if they have any doubts regarding their teachers and their Dhamma and their practices, they can't achieve those goals. So why? That is what we call the vichikiccha, or this hindrance. So especially this hindrance obstructs the achievement of jhanic levels. When it comes to that, the Gautama Buddha's dispensation and as well as the other dispensation, on the in one hand, it disturbs the development of the jhanic levels, and on the other hand, it also obstructs the supramundane path. So, dear devotees, now again, Rerukane Mahathero has written, if there is a doubt of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, they cannot practice well. The same manner, the outside practitioner, if they have doubts regarding their teachers, Dhamma and the practice, they can't achieve the jhana or their goals. So, weakening of effort of practicing meditation. Now, that is the ultimate the consequence that we are facing, because when there is a doubt, it will reduce the effort or the energy of supramundane level. Dear devotees, the practitioner should do his or her own explorations to know whether there is doubt or not. Now, you should know what is the cause for this doubt. Now, it is given like this: Atti bhikkave vichikiccha thaniya dhamma tatta ayoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannaya va vichikicchaya uppadaya uppannaya va vichikicchaya bhiyo bhavaya vepullaya. When there is a doubt, recent doubt, if you think alone or think accordingly again and again on that the same the object or same fact related to the doubt, it will develop the doubt further and further. So the great cause of arising doubt is the doubt. When doubt arises on a particular thing, if it is not dispelled, then it arises again and again. Not only that, then it arises on many different factors as well. Suppose doubt arises about the Buddha, the doubt arises about all other 7 factors as well. You know, when one particular practitioner gets a doubt related to the Lord Buddha, the Blessed One, then all the other 7 doubts will appear in his mind. Why? Because Lord Buddha is the one who delivered this Dhamma to the world. So, if that particular person has the doubts related to the Buddha, then he will also some issues regarding the Dhamma, and also the Sangha, the followers, the disciples, and next the training, and also ultimately the whole Paticca Samuppada. All the 8 different types of doubts will arise in his mind. So then, dear devotees, how to overcome this? Now, what is the method or what is the practice to let go this hindrance from our mind? Atti bhikkave kusala kusala dhamma savajjana vajja dhamma sevitabba sevitabba dhamma hina panita dhamma kanna sukka patibhaga dhamma tatta yoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannayava vichikicchaya anuppadaya uppannayava vichikicchaya na bhiyo bhavaya. You know, what is the cause for the development of the doubt? That is the ayoniso manasikara, the unwise attention on the doubtful facts. Now, if the practitioner once recognized or identified he is having some doubts related to this practice and the Lord Buddha, then she or he has to develop the yoniso manasikara, the wise attention on what is kusala and what is akusala, what is meritorious and what gives the demerits, and what is true and what is false, and what is black and what is white. These kind of all the unwholesome and wholesome things that this particular person should pay attention on. So when that particular person focuses properly with the yoniso manasikara, then he can overcome this hindrance. So having studied either the whole 3 baskets or part of it, that means now if you can study the Tripitaka, or at least one Pitaka or one Nikaya, at least Sangyukta Nikaya or Diga Nikaya or Anguttara Nikaya, Khuddaka Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, at least one, or at least the Dhammapada, or at least the tales of Jataka. So that particular person will be able to remove or eliminate this hindrance, so called the doubt. And another way is asking questions regarding the triple gem. Whenever that particular person is having a doubt, he has to clear out them by asking questions from the teachers. And nowadays it is very easy. Now there are groups, and these groups in these social medias. Whenever you get a doubt, you can send them a message to those groups. So there are these noble friends, there are the practitioners who have developed their supramundane levels or mundane levels into very higher levels, so that they will give you advices to overcome those doubts. Then another way is knowing the nature of the discipline, confidence immersed in the triple gem, having good friends, Kalyana Mitta, who have confidence in the triple gem, and righteous speech. Now these are the other methods or remedies that you can use to reduce your doubt regarding this Lord Buddha's dispensation and the triple gem, and all the other doubts you can clear out by practicing those methods. So dear devotees, finally I should say, now doubt that was dissipated through those factors would be completely eliminated by gaining the path of stream entry, the Sotapatti Magga. When a person can attain the stream entry level, the Sotapatti level, definitely this doubt will be totally eliminated or eradicated. So until then, you have to practice. So don't hesitate that you are having these doubts, so you are not in the right path. Don't think like that way, because now doubts arise or doubts develops in the persons who do the practice. So there are the normal or ordinary people, they don't think about the supramundane life, they don't care about their spiritual life, they don't bother on these doubts, or especially this vichikicca, the hindrance. But you are the one, the dear devotees, the practitioners, you will get these hindrances as a obstruction for your supramundane life. So it is your duty to identify them and to overcome them. So this is the end of the discussion of the hindrances. Now we have discussed with you the 5 hindrances: Kama, Chanda, Vyapada, Tina, Midda, Uddacca, Kukucca and Vichikicca. Now today is the last episode on hindrances. Actually, this is under the main topic of the establishment of mindfulness of mental objects as mental objects, the Dhammanupassana. The Rerukane Thero has given under the Dhammanupassana related to the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. There are 5 different methodologies given, like this contemplation on the hindrances, contemplation on the 5 aggregates, contemplation on the sensual basis, sense basis, and contemplation on the 7 enlightenment factors, and as well as the contemplation on the 4 noble truths. Those 5 methods are given in Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Now the Rerukane Thero has given here, actually he has emphasized only on the Nivarana Pabba, the contemplation on the hindrances. Now Thero has said like this, now since it is quite impossible to explain all these in a small book like this, we come to the conclusion of contemplation on the mental objects as mental objects in this manner. So dear devotees, now if you need more information regarding these 5 aggregates, the 12 sense bases, 7 enlightenment factors, and the 4 noble truths, now you can refer the Mahasatipatthana Sutta and the commentaries. Now that is available nowadays even in the internet. So it is your duty and responsibility to gain this knowledge and inculcate the discipline in you, so that continuously you will develop your Supramande's life. So this consistency you have to maintain. Don't go away from this path. Now this is the only path that we can achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. So we bless you, those who have given the contributions, and all the listeners, all the viewers of our Dhamma talk. May you all be fortunate to liberate this harsh journey of samsara sooner than later, with the merits that we have earned today, with the merits that we have collected today, with the power of Supreme Buddha, Supreme Dhamma, and Supreme Sangha. May you all find the inner peace. May you all be well and happy. Let's transfer the merits collected by this meritorious deed to the contributors. Now this noble act, the heartfelt, now for this noble act, the heartfelt contributions have been made by Mr. Saman Kumara of Gampaha, his wife Mrs. Champika, and their daughter Harshani, and all other family members. May Mrs. Champika, who is currently unwell, be blessed with a swift and complete recovery. May every member of the family be free from illness and enjoy strength and vitality. We also extend our blessings for the full recovery and lasting health of Mother W.M. Somawati and Mother Jayavati, who are presently in ailing condition. May Mr. Dinesh Saparamadu and his entire family be blessed with robust health and ever-growing prosperity. Furthermore, may the Senate Group of Companies, Colombo 7, Apigo Company and Aplova Company thrive and prosper endlessly. Moreover, may the abundant merits accumulated through this noble deed be dedicated to all your departed loved ones, including the late A.L. Somapala, the father, A.L. Vasanta Kumara, the brother, K.D.G. Saparamadu, the father, and Mother Aryavati Saparamadu. May they all attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana and eternal peace. Finally, we bless you all. May peace, wellness, and happiness illuminate your lives always. May the boundless blessings of the sacred triple gem guide and protect you all. Akasatta Chabummatta Devanaga Mahiddika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiranrakantu Sasanam Chiranrakantu Deshanang Chiranrakantu Mamparanti Abhivadana Silis Nichang Vadda Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vaddanti Ayu Anno Sukambala Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Minate Samichyatu.